Oh my God. If I lose this motherfucking game on some fucking bullshit, I'm gonna break my fucking controller, man. Fuck out of here, man.
It's week 8 in Big League Ballers League, man. And you know, a lot of things have come and go. A lot of teams have changed, man. A lot of big games have been played. And, you know, now we're getting down to the nitty gritty, man. It's really becoming tough for teams to make it into the playoffs because we got a lot of good competition within this league, man. But today, man, we're going to focus on the power rankings, man. The top 10 teams after 8 weeks of football. I'm sorry, after 7 weeks of football because we're currently in week 7. And I'm in week 8. And we have Freaky Zeke 2017 from the Toronto Patriots here in the studio with us, man. And he's gonna help us. He's gonna help me go over this top 10 teams in the league. Well, let's go ahead and start, Coach. Let's start the number 10 team, San Francisco 49ers.
49ers. No surprise here. They're 5-2. They played. I think they beat. Was it Sam's Jeff team? I don't know who their last game was.
I think it was against the Chargers.
Against the Chargers, okay. And that's a playoff caliber team. Midnight doing this thing. I do know for a fact Rocky Lee is back. He was out for a couple of games. Donald was out for a couple of games. So Midnight was working with some scraps. Now he got his main defensive core back. I see he got O'Conrad still running the ball. He's getting his yards. So I'm really interested to see how this is going to work out because this is a strong team right now, and they're playing playoff caliber football. So expecting a lot of things. From
They definitely are, man. And just to get a quick correction, his last game was versus the Raiders, but of course the Raiders was on a 1-game suspension, so he didn't get to play that game. So we don't really know how good that team can actually be against the Raiders or against some of the future opponents. But as of right now, he is 5-2. He is winning ball games. He is in my damn division, and you know that's definitely something that's in my way.
I would be concerned if I was you.
Well, hey, concerned about what? He was number 1 last year, and I beat him twice in the division and took over the division, and now I own the division. So I'm a few games behind him. Actually, I'm just 1 game behind him, but you know, I mean, it's still early on in the season, so there's a lot of football left to be played. Okay. Let's move on to number 9, man, the Denver Broncos.
I mean, I'm kind of shocked that they're this low. Usually they're in the top 5. I did do a trade with them. I'm not going to talk about trading, but they did acquire a good one from me. So they have another explosive weapon on top of their already stacked, loaded team. And so they're going to give teams a run for the money. I wouldn't be surprised this team make it pretty far. Definitely would be shocked if they did make the playoffs. But I'm thinking they will make the playoffs. And I'm thinking they're probably going to win the division because right now they're pretty strong. But we'll see because Sam Jeff might have something to say about that with the Chargers.
Well, after they acquired the player they got from you, man, Goodwin, his offense really hasn't been putting up that much numbers. You know, he's number 19 overall in passing yards, points scored. He's 18. But what's keeping him viable in this league, man, is the fact that he has a good defense. His defense is currently ranked 3rd overall in yards, 4th in points allowed, 4th in passing yards allowed, and you know he's having a little trouble in the rushing department, but that's at 15th. But I think overall he's a solid team, man. You can count on him getting to the playoffs again, but it's going to be a tough battle for him because he is in a difficult division over there because they have 3 teams that have 5 wins or more in that league, man. So it's gonna be tough for that
Somebody's
division.
Gonna be on the outside looking in.
Exactly. Let's go down to the number 18.
Buccaneers, yeah. I mean, you know, I think this is a good team. Every year they're like right there. They're knocking on the door. I'm thinking this year with the Buccaneers, they're really they're going after trying to not really break records. I noticed that Cook's numbers are down compared to last year in touchdowns and receptions, but they're getting them W's. So that's the most important thing. It's Killer Fleet, his team, and I know he's dedicated to getting his players top notch. And like I say, I think in the end they're going to be pretty much there. Statistically wise, I'm looking at the team, and right now, I mean, their offense is 6th, overall scoring in points. Defensive, they're not pretty bad. I mean, they're only giving up 22 points, 13th overall ranked, and like I say, I think that they're going to be there. Who's in the division with them?
Well, they have the Atlanta Falcons in the division. What's funny is that Tampa Bay is second in that division, and the Falcons are first, but yet Tampa Bay is in the top 10 power rankings, and the Falcons are not. So that has something to say about, man, the caliber or the quality of teams that the Buccaneers have played, and the teams that they've lost to versus who Atlanta has played and who they've lost to. But overall, man, Tampa Bay's a solid team. Atlanta's definitely a solid team whenever he decides he want to play the game and and give it all he got.
If golf is not hurt.
If golf is not hurt, exactly,
Right.
exactly. He hasn't been hurt yet, so I know he's still hoping that the guy can last the whole season, and I'm pretty sure he's going to end up winning that division over Tampa Bay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go against you. I'm gonna think Tampa Bay is gonna pull it out, right? Because
so?
everybody's expecting Atlanta to win. So there's really no pressure on him. He's kind of just sitting around. Nobody's expecting me. I didn't realize that he had 4 wins thus far. So it's going to be interesting, though. Definitely it's going to go down to the wire. But I still predict him as being a playoff team if he has to come in with a wild card.
Okay. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right?
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well, he already lost to the Falcons once this year, 14-10. So that was a good game. He did keep it close, so he might have a chance of beating them next time around, man. You never know. Well, let's move on to the number 17.
Number 17.
Black Knights.
This team is the most, I don't really know what this team is right now because 3 or 4 of those games are computer played.
Yeah, they were computer games.
And
so we
they
don't really know
slaughtered
how good they can be.
everybody. So I do know King Joe is a pretty good player, owner or whatever. His team is come well equipped. However, he did lose when he played up against Midnight's team.
14-0.
He beat him 14-0. So that comes to say that he can win and play, but against playoff caliber teams,
he might not be able to show up.
he just may not be able to show up. I think he got a lot of new young players on his team.
Yeah.
His offensive, he's putting up points. He's putting up at least 23 points. His defense is giving up almost 20 points, so he's evening out right there. Russell Wilson, man, that guy ain't retired yet. He still has Russell Wilson on his team. Okay. Let's see. He got look at receiver DeAndre Hopkins. Okay, which is currently his leading receiver. Okay. So he's staying in some games. He's staying close.
Yeah.
I want to see how his team fares against the more dominant teams like the Redskins that we'll get into later on. But yeah, he has the most, I think, I don't want to say underrated team only because it's not unfair to him, but it's kind of like with the Denver Broncos had the first season, and they went them 7 games. They went on the playoff points. We really didn't know what to expect from that team.
Yeah.
But I think before the next 2 or 3 games, we're going to see this team develop, and we're going to see what they're going to be about. What do you think about it?
I think they're a solid team. Every year, this team has been pretty much there, man. They just be 1-2 games away from making the playoffs,
Right.
man. And he's definitely an owner that take pride in his team. He's going to show up and play his ball games. But like you said, man, he missed like 2 or 3 games, maybe I think it was 3 games. Due to vacation. He went on vacation, came back, and then, I think when he played Midnight, he was still on vacation.
That's right. He was out the country.
He's out the country. He was in Jamaica.
He was doing some stuff out there.
Yeah, he took pictures with his shirt off and stuff.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? He came back here and got his ass whooped.
Hey, man, so he's got to come back to reality now.
Yeah.
He's not on a tropical island on the beach resorts. He's
back to life.
Back to reality.
Back to reality, man. There you go.
So, but I'm looking at it, his defense, they're also throwing up about, 23 points. Like I said, mentioned that earlier. But, what's really interesting to me is that right now he's like on the low end rushing. He's only rushing about 77 yards a game. Mm-hmm. So, like I say, that's going to be problematic for him when he gets deeper into the game. But I will say one good thing about his defense is he's currently ranked 4th overall in run defense. So I'm expecting some good things from him. Yeah, so he's definitely gonna be doing some things. But like I say, like I said, we made some earlier predictions. He was not one of the ones that I picked. Matter of fact, I didn't even have him in the top 10. So the fact that he's here, whether he's here by the computer or if he's just here, he's here. So we gotta deal with him. So
let's move on to the number 16, man. The Brooklyn Bulls.
Brooklyn Bulls. Okay.
Brooklyn Bulls, man. 5-2 right now.
Yeah, that's a lot of 5-2s in this division.
Yeah, man. He's sitting over there in what Brooklyn Bulls in the AFC North.
Definitely.
He's 5-2. He's definitely in control of that conference. of that division, should I say. The Cincinnati Bengals is one game behind him,
Right.
but I don't see the Bengals beating that guy. So I think he's pretty much gonna have an easy time going through that division and making it into the playoffs, man. But overall, he's been here for three seasons. He's a solid owner.
Right.
He always wins a lot of ball games. You can't expect him to lose too many.
Right.
He takes pride in his team. He takes pride in the fact of winning. He's a winner.
That's right.
But currently, his defense is what's really holding him down. Defense.
Yeah.
If you haven't looked at him, his defense is number one in points allowed.
Yeah,
He's number one in yards allowed.
Yeah.
He's third in passing yards allowed.
He got the
and
number
13th in rushing. So he's got the number one ranked defense. So how could you expect this guy not to have the record that he has? Based on that defense alone, I think he probably should be ranked up higher than that, man, being he has the number one defense. But
he has Eli Manning, and Eli is keeping him efficient. He's not putting up like a massive amount of yards, but he's game managing.
Yeah, he is game managing.
He's keeping him in the game, and I don't see him making a lot of mistakes.
But what's crazy, well, I'm sorry, cut you off, Coach. But what's crazy is if you look at his offensive numbers, man, I see why he lost 2 ball games. He's number 30. He's number 31 in the league in points scored.
He's not scoring enough points.
He's not scoring enough points. The defense is playing ball. Luckily, he's number one in defense with points allowed at only 9 points, but he's only averaging 15 points a game. So that could hurt him down the road when he starts playing these high caliber offensive teams, man, where he can't keep up with them because, they're just too much power for him because they're scoring on him so easy. So, time should tell, we shall see, man. I was looking on the game, and for some reason, I guess they're saying Eli Manning is going to be a legend. I guess he's having an awesome season. He's been putting up big numbers for him throughout the year, so maybe he's going to do big things for him for the rest of this year.
I think this is probably Eli's last year. He's probably going out like Peyton Manning did a few years ago, and so we'll see. But like I say, I think if he had to put it, the strength, what you said, is in his number one ranked defense. If you put it on his offense, he would probably not be in the same category. So if you keep playing the way he's playing, I think he's going to be okay.
Okay.
All right, let's drop down to number 5.
Number 5.
Wait a minute, how did you slip into number 5? Your
they
team
got
is
the
3.
Houston Oilers, man.
Every
We
team,
3-3.
Every team in his top 10 is at least 5 games or close to it. You 3-3. Wait a minute. What do you say to the people who say who put these?
They say people lie, numbers don't. So
people
look here.
lie, numbers don't.
Hey, look here, man. The computer said that I'm number 5 team in the league, and by damn it, that means I'm the number 5 team in the league.
Okay.
We sitting 3-3 right now.
Too. You didn't have nothing to do with that, right?
I didn't have anything to do with that, sir. That's all daddy leagues, man. Had nothing to do with me, man. But man, my team is solid. I have an offense, man. That's just a powerhouse, man. A 99 overall offense. I got all those offensive weapons over there, man.
That's right.
And so we're doing big things. We fell short a few games here, man. And just so happened the 3 games that we lost was to 3 teams that were big time playoff teams. Like for one loss was to the Atlanta Falcons, which is a Super Bowl caliber team.
Definitely.
We lost to the Redskins, who made it to the Super Bowl last year.
And are undefeated
currently.
Right.
And then we lost one more game to the who was that game we lost, man? I can't even remember who that was I lost to. For my third game.
It wasn't the 49ers.
It wasn't the 49ers. It was the Broncos.
The Broncos. And they're a caliber.
Yeah, they're a playoff caliber team. So
right.
I lost 3 big time, 3 big games to 3 dominant teams, so I don't feel so bad about having a record of 3-3.
Okay.
It's suiting. The other games were gimme games. I knew the Rams was a gimme game. I knew I was gonna dog his ass. So I took the
most
points.
games against him are gimme games.
Yeah, they gimme game.
Yeah, but just going to that post that you put it on the league page. Did your receiver have to put his nuts in his face? That was so disrespectful. TG, I gave you the opportunity to man up and say something about that, and he didn't. So I'm thinking he like balls in the man's face. That's just disrespectful. As an owner, you got to swing even if you know you can't win the fight. Come on, TG. Step up. You got to be a better man than that.
When you can't fight, man, there's no need in putting up your dukes. Just take that ass whooping, man.
Here's my question, though. Who's your number 1 receiver?
Number 1 receiver right now is Julio Jones, man.
Julio Jones. That's
Jones.
That's the dependable.
Will Fuller's not far behind him, and they would have the type of numbers Dorsett have, but I spread the wealth around. You know what I'm saying? If you put both of their numbers together, that'll be about 1,500 yards and receiving between the two and about 12 to 13 touchdowns would put me right in the same, around the same area as Doris said right now. But, you know, it ain't about where you start, it's about where you finish.
That's
and,
it.
You know, I plan on both of those guys having at least 2,000 yards passing.
Let me ask you this here. Only you can answer. Collectively, is your team playing the best football right now together as a
Right
unit?
now, offensively, we are. Offensively or defensively, we're not. But, you know, we have a few upgrades on our defense, so our defense should be playing a lot better football. Right now, my offense is currently ranked across the board at fourth. We're fourth in scoring, fourth in yards per game, fourth in passing yards. And, you know, I don't do too much rushing, but, you know, we still modest on the rushing aspect. We're 28th in rushing. But
you can run when you need to.
I can run when I need to. There you go. And my
Okay.
defense, you know, they're not in the top 10 like they usually be, man. I'm used to my defense being in the top 10 as well, and right now they're not performing to all the standards. So we got to pick it up, man, going into this difficult schedule that we have. Because we do have a difficult schedule ahead of us. We have the Bears in week 8, then we followed by the Black Knights, and then the Cardinals, man. The Cardinals are winning ball games, which is crazy to me, man. The Cardinals is out of nowhere. He probably has the sorriest team in the league overall base, but he's winning ball games. So when that guy does decide to show up and play, he comes to play. And right now, he's number 2 in our division over me. And we have we tied at the same record, but I guess he has a better overall conference record than me. So that's why he's ranked number 2. And you know, he's gonna get his due week 10, and you know he's already beat Midnight. That's one of Midnight's losses. Was from the Cardinals. So you know he's a guy.
I think he's playing Midnight this week, if I'm not mistaken. I think
they are. I think they might be
they're
game of the week, I believe.
They're one of the games of the week.
I think they are one of the games of the week. You're absolutely right. Well, you know, enough about my team, man. Let's move on. Let's get to the top 4 teams. Let's look at the number 14, the Detroit Lions. Coach Bow-Moore. Bow-in-Moore. Am I saying his name right? I don't know.
It's Bow-in-Moore.
Bow-in-Moore.
Mr. Efficient.
Mr. Efficient.
Don't make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah. You know.
Blitz him, he will burn you. Yeah, Mr. Bow-in-Moore. Yeah.
You know, the guy just plays fundamental football, man. He doesn't do anything special. He doesn't try to, you know, finesse you and, you know, give you anything fancy. He just plays fundamental football, man. What more can you expect from a coach like that, man? Right now he's currently 5-2, and the 2 games that he lost. Let's talk about the game last week that he lost. Man, he lost against the was it Chicago? No, I'm sorry, not the Rams.
No.
He lost against the Minnesota Vikings. Stick Magic. Now the thing about it is those guys are playing that game. I was watching it, and he was beating Stick Magic 14-3, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And then some kind of way the game just started mysteriously tripping. They had like ghost players on the field, and they wouldn't allow them to call a timeout or anything, so they had to restart the game. And being the upstanding guy that Bow-Moore is, he decided, hey, you know what? We're just gonna start from scratch. And boy, why did he make that mistake? He started from scratch and got his ass whooped at the end.
Wow.
And, you know, I was like, man, you took one on the chin, bro. Like, you crazy as hell. I would not have started that game over from scratch, and I'm already up 14 points, and it's going into the third quarter. You know?
Yeah, I mean, and that's an option you have, like when you play in the game, is that if something happens, that you can just mock it up to where it was before.
All you gotta do is put the 2 clock on and kneel the ball.
I mean, that
go by quick.
That happened to me, and so I mean, I understand it, but it gives you an advantage if you get to start over. Different scenarios or whatever. But let's talk about like what's really keeping together. His defense is solid. He's got J.J. Watt. He has
Still got Kuechly.
He still got Kuechly.
But you know what though? This defense is not playing the best football that they have played.
I think J.J. Watt is number 2 in sacks. He's above my guy, and I think behind Clowney. He's doing pretty well.
I mean, I'm talking about overall. Overall as a defensive unit, they're not playing as well as a unit versus individual players.
Correct.
His offense is what's really getting him in the ball game. If you look at his offense, is currently ranked in the top 10. He's third in yards. He's third in passing yards. He's 31st in rushing. I don't know how he's 31st in rushing with Devontae Freeman, but that's another story. He's 28 points a game scored, but the games where he fell short, he's allowing 21 points a game.
Okay.
So he's scoring 28, but he's allowing 21. So he's playing a lot of tight games, man. Well,
right.
But he has his rookie receiver named Ace.
Okay.
Ace is a really standout player, man, and he's starting to use him as a burner as well, because I think the guy is like 95 speed, 96 speed, 95 acceleration, something like that, man. And he's really been using him a lot this season, and it's been bailing him out, really, And the thing is, when somebody see you with a burner, they start thinking, oh man, you just a Hail Mary team because you got a burner. Well, you damn right I'm a Hail Mary team. I got this guy that's gonna run a 95, 96. I'm gonna smoke your ass. I'm gonna get my touchdown, and you can't do shit about it.
I think that everybody that says that about a person that's got a receiver, it's just mad.
They mad because they don't have one.
Look, if either draft one or trade for one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, now it's gonna be costly. Now they coming at a premium, but definitely don't get mad at the team that's doing it.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
so that's
exactly,
my thing on it. But I expect him to be up there. I expect him to win his division. Like I say, we'll see. Maybe later on in this division, maybe Chicago may come give him a challenge. I don't know what Green Bay's record is.
I doubt it.
They're
Green Bay is actually a solid team, man. You know, they're not in the top 10 rankings, but they are a solid team. They're currently playing that game right now against the Eagles. You know, we got to wait and see what that outcome is going to be. But I think they're going to be a good team. They started out slow against me the first game. I spanked that ass for them. And then ever since then, he's been on the roll, man. You know, nobody can really slow him down. But let's move on, man, because we're taking up too much time. Okay. Let's go to the number 3 team, the Toronto Patriots.
We finally break into the top 10 for the first time. We super excited.
Usually go 5 and 10, but
we usually do. No, I'm on Chicago, but I think it was TG that lit that fire under my team's ass when he said something about it. Kind of pissed us off, so we kind of taking it out on everybody. Right now, there's a declared war in the AFC East right now. Okay, I'm pissed off at everybody in the AFC East, and I'm really pissed off at that guy that's the number 2 spot because I kicked his ass. I want to know why.
You did.
Why am I underneath him? But hold on, we're gonna give him his 2 pieces in a second. First, I want to say really about my team. I mean, it's the Philip Dorsett show. He is right now the MVP of my team. This guy is just doing some incredible stuff. Shit. I'm not really going over the top with him. I'm just getting him the ball. And if you focus on him, you know, hey, I got some other weapons that may not be as great, but hey, they get the job done. Yeah. Defensively, for the first season, we were playing collectively as a team. Clinton Dixon, my leading receiver, is leading the league in interceptions. I believe he has about 7. My Heisman Trophy linebacker, Douglas Most, is coming in the game. He's in the top 3 in sacks with 10 or 11. But I'm telling you, it's something special that's brewing in Toronto right now. You know, we do not have a fear factor right now, and I know it's a lot of people that taking shots at my team, taking shots at Dorsett. But just if you have to line up and play me, you get a chance to see what everything that goes on. Now, last week, you know, we played the Buffalo Bills, and they were talking a bunch of smack. You're not going to put up game of the week numbers against me because my guy had got the AFC 3 straight weeks. But, of course, he ended up with about 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ankle broke Pat P.
Oh, man.
Hey, you need to look at the old Allen Iverson tapes when he would do a crossover, because that's what he did to that dude. And I believe that you said that that I was running C routes. This is a shout out to Blaze and News, our current 2-time Super Bowl winning champ, for those who don't know. Yeah, your team didn't look Super Bowl quality at all. But enough about your team, because I'm still talking about mine. We're growing. We're making some mistakes, but man, my line, I want to give them the most credit because my line is protecting my quarterback and keeping me healthy. I did draft me I took one off somebody's practice squad, and I'm trying to build them up to have him just in case. But overall, we're excited. We're in the area. Yeah. We're not expected to win, and we're winning, and we're having fun.
Well,
you know, so
I tell you what, man. You know, when I look at the numbers here, man, I'm looking at, you know, your defense and, you know, your offense too, and I'm thinking like this team reminds me of a Texas Tech, you know, you know, or Oregon. These guys are gonna put 1,000 points on your ass, but they're gonna get 1,000 points scored on
That's
you.
True. That's true.
So, you know, it's basically come down to the point where, you know, somebody has to outscore your team, man. Right now, you're ranked 26 in points allowed on defense, man. You know, and that's pretty bad. You're allowing 27 points a game.
Okay.
You know, you're allowing over 350 yards a game. You rank 30th in that. You rank 30th in passing yards allowed, which is 273. Yeah. And then rushing yards, you rank 22nd at 79 yards.
We're pretty bad on defense. We got to get better.
But on offense, you're number 2 in scoring.
Come on.
35 points a game.
Yep.
So definitely you're outscoring defense.
We got scoring.
Okay. 408 yards of total offense per game. That's first. You're first in passing yards per game.
First in passing yards,
of course.
number 1, right?
And then, you rank Modest at a number 19 at 61 yards rushing. But let me say this. Those numbers can be misleading.
Correct.
Because you did get 1,000 yards damn near versus a computer team. So, those numbers are slightly inflated, but I have seen you do it against human teams.
But if you would have took that one game away, I'd still be leading receiver wise.
You would. Well, I don't know. I don't know. No, because you had 700 yards that game.
Yeah, it was about 700 yards. Yeah.
700 yards that game. You take away from that, you have about 1,100 yards. So you'd be right there in the league.
I'll be right there close.
Yeah, you'd be number one guy. But hey, it is what it is, man. You playing some damn good football right now. We wish you much success, and we hope you do great things.
I'm just gonna make this disclaimer: the Patriots winning the division.
Damn.
That's what we're gonna do.
Well, you heard.
I'm tired. It's breaking news first. I'm not trying to go for a playoff win. I said this last year. For me to make the playoffs, I got to win my division.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. True. So Blazing News, you better play lights out to make the playoffs.
And speaking of Blazing News, man, he's coming in at number 2. So it's definitely a war over there in the AFC. What that is, the North? Y'all in, man?
No, we're in the AFC East.
AFC East. I'm sorry. That's definitely a war over there.
With news, it's always about the system and the man. Everybody against him.
Man, always cheat me, bro. Man, come on with all the crying. Just take your fucking losses like a man.
I mean, he had one loss.
One loss.
Our first game, he beat me in like with a Hail Mary. I had to take that one on chin. It was the first game of the season, but I took it. He lose it.
No complaining.
Something about, he put up pictures of Super Bowl things.
Damn. He does have 5 Super Bowls.
He does got 5 Super Bowl rings. Nobody's taking nothing away from the guy. The guy has a quality team. He knows how to put the numbers
up. But you gotta take those L's like a man. You can't go making 1,000 damn excuses every time you get your ass beat up. Every time something will go your way. He was spoiled as a little kid, man.
Okay.
That's what it was. He always got his way as a little kid, and the minute he didn't get his way, he cried about it. He takes the same approach with Madden.
Well, I'm looking at his team. In points, he's behind me.
Yeah,
third overall.
Third overall. So he's right behind you.
He's 7th in points, passing yards. Yeah. So he's modest in scoring. I'm looking at this number on defense, in which he's currently ranked 7th. He's actually pretty good on defense. So maybe my game, I just exposed him because I dropped about 40 on him.
You did.
You know what I'm saying? So he's got 17 points. He doesn't normally give up a lot of points. We're going to see the character of the team that he plays. I think he plays Sam Jeff. I'm betting money on Sam Jeff. I'm gonna see what he do.
You heard it here. He's been putting his money on Sam Jeff. Man.
Let's see. Running wise, he has a very good quality quarterback.
Driscoll. Yeah, Driscoll is a pretty good quarterback for him. I think what's hurt him this year, Coach, his running game. He usually has a strong running game with Tevin Campbell. Coleman. I'm sorry, I tell you Tevin Campbell. Shit. With Tevin Coleman.
Man,
Tevin
Campbell.
I took you back there for a second.
Yeah, that's back for some of y'all. You got to know about. That's 92 right there. That's 92.
Tevin Coleman haven't been rushing the ball like he used to rush the ball for him. Because I remember watching Blaze, man, he'll break out for a 50-yard touchdown, a 30, 40-yard touchdown with these guys consistently game per game basis. You know what I'm saying? But, he's still 2-time champion. He still has a good chance of making it there again.
Right.
But he has to go through the Patriots.
He has to go through the. Well, we're split, so we're done for the year.
Yeah.
I see him again play.
Well,
but he still has to play Pearl again.
Yeah.
Larry Jizzle, he beat him last year.
Larry Jizzle ain't done shit since the first. Larry Jizzle just like the Rams team.
Yeah.
they both had them standout ass running backs.
Yeah, them studs.
Yeah. And they ain't did shit since.
They ain't done nothing since.
And they got every excuse in the world.
I think he was calling me out like, yeah, man, November 15th. Like, what does that mean to me? Your team isn't even, in competition right now. Talk to me, man, when you're up at the top of the list. There's no disrespect to Larry, but your team's boo-boo right now. We know that. Everybody know that. They
garbage.
trash team. But going back to these Buffalo Bills, this is really the tale of, Blazing New versus Blazing New. Like, is he the same? Is he the same in this division, in this league, as he is in other leagues where he's winning? Time will tell. He's taking more losses, so that's letting you know the competitiveness of the league. But just what we and I say we collectively, but I'm saying, speaking for myself, teams don't care what records are. They don't care about those rings. I'm coming in like Rex Ryan. I didn't come to kiss your rings. I
Yeah.
came to win.
Exactly.
So you know what I'm saying? And I put it on you. You barely beat me this time. So if I see you again, it's not only going to be a win. I'm stamping it out in style.
Hey, you supposed to.
Yeah. So
You put your foot on his neck. You
put your
better
foot
not
on
let
his
up,
neck, man. So yeah, Blaze the new man. I really don't think he's going to win the Super Bowl this year. I mean,
And just you don't think so?
I don't think so.
Well, he has to go through you.
Well, he has to go through me, but I just think that he's winning based off of just past records, and so you can't base that on in the future. You have to play to win, and he's got to win to keep playing.
That's right.
So I'm thinking that's going to be something he's going to fall short. It's going to shock. I don't think he's going to even make it. If he makes the playoffs, he's probably going to get shocked early on.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to make sure he get his 2 minutes. Last time he ripped us because we didn't give him but 2 seconds. So I want to make sure.
Y'all ain't talk about
my team. Well, really, man, your team ain't really been much to really talk about. I mean, you had an easy schedule. You haven't really played many division games yet. You did play against me twice and we split. I think he played against Legend, but he's yet to play. What?
Pearl.
No, he
Yeah,
did play
played-
Pearl. He did beat Pearl.
beat the Pearl, yeah, he did
beat
beat
the
him.
Pearl, but you got to play him again, and he has to play Jizzle.
Well,
so.
you know, the Pearl ain't been the Pearl this year. You know, he has a lot
Pearl.
going on. You know,
Yeah,
new addition to his family.
Hey man, congratulations
on
to you on that, Pearl.
You
Just
know.
want to shout out. This game has nothing to do with that. Stay focused on that because we play this week and we playing light side. So I'm saying, get your popcorn ready. But that's enough of that. Let's go to the number one team.
The number one team, the Washington Redskins.
Hey man, we picked them from day one. This
Tweet.
team is set caliber to go to the Super Bowl. I mean, currently they got the number one offense as far as points scored, followed by me, but they putting up some number. I mean, I'm looking at some of these games. I mean, they putting up 40, 50 points.
Hey,
what is Tweety doing?
I have no clue. I know the guy gave me a royal ass whooping this year, man. I can't even lie. You know, I mean, the game was much closer than what it looked, but he did give me a whooping. If you look at his offense right now, I mean, he's number one in points scored, number two in in yards.
Points allowed on defense.
Well, that's number two in points allowed on defense.
Right.
Let's talk about offense first. He's second in yards per game. He's second in passing yards per game. He's 8th in rushing. So the guy has a top 10 offense across the board.
Always.
Then we go to defense.
Wow.
Hell, he's number 2 in points allowed.
Come on.
Number 6 in yards allowed.
Total yards.
Total yards allowed at 217. He's first in passing yards allowed at 132. And then the rushing yards, I mean, you know, he's giving away almost 100 yards a game, but he's ranked 25th in rushing. So
you can't throw on this guy.
You can't throw him.
Okay.
You throw, and Madden is a throw type game. You know,
Okay.
you gotta be able to have some type of passing game to be successful in Madden. To have the real success.
I'm
that you
just
need.
saying, Joe Flacco, 2,200 yards.
His old ass.
16 TDs. Hey man, Brady 1-2. You know, he's going on
Yeah.
40. So I mean, age ain't nothing but a number, like they say. But I'm looking at how he spread the ball around because once again, his leading receiver is Odell Beckham with almost about 1,000 yards. But right behind him, Pritchett. I've been watching Pritchett 2 consecutive weeks. Pritchett was the offensive player of the week.
But did you even notice that Pritchard has a 96 speed, 96 acceleration?
Yeah, he's got a burner, man. He's got a burner. He's got 2 burners.
Damn, and he's only 24.
He's only 24. Well, you know, Odell's going to get old. Eventually, he's probably going to trade him, you know, and move on or whatever. But even behind him, Cody Core, 258 yards. Man, he's spreading the ball around a lot. On offensive rushing, I mean, he's giving the ball a call high. He's running that ball. I mean, he's efficient. 78 attempts, 318 yards, followed by Keith Marshall, 56 attempts. So what I'm seeing here is balanced football.
Yeah.
He's running, he's throwing, he's playing good defense. They're playing collectively 7-0. Maybe they go undefeated. We'll see.
You think he's gonna go undefeated?
I mean, I plan to go to Super Bowl. So I mean, I would say no. I would say no. He's not going undefeated. But I'm talking about for regular season in his division.
Yeah.
You know, he may go. It may be somebody gonna stand up to him. I mean, you know.
Well, he's definitely a shocker in the league, man. When he came in last year, again, he took over a team that was 0-4 and took him to the Super Bowl. You know, I mean, it makes me think like, damn, did we invite the best to the league, or are we just that bad?
I will say this here. One thing I will say about Big Ball League is that, you know, anytime a member leaves and another person comes and joins, they're not getting a trash team.
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
getting a team that he has. I mean, he had Odell Beckham. I mean, he didn't have a line, but he had something to work with.
Yeah.
And so he just took the most of it. And
You
hey,
can't
man,
tell the Cowboys that 'cause they swear they got the worst team ever. the owner did them wrong. All that last owner like was
But I mean,
speed.
didn't they trash the Saints though? I mean, I seen them put up some numbers against the Saints, but I mean, you know, well, let me not stop that. Now, shout out to you, Lord Vader. You are getting better this year, man. Shout out to Vader. Vader been through a lot this year, but Vader, you are a trooper. You still keep going on, and like I say, we're gonna keep it real. But hey, if he can put up them kind of numbers about you, just let you know, he's doing something. He's making some. Sometimes all it takes, coach, is a win.
Yeah.
Even if you get it against a team you expect to beat, it's still a win. And so yeah, but I mean, as far as on that end, I mean, I expect you know. I mean, it probably takes a team like your team to compete with them as far as numbers. They're putting up 30-something. I mean,
39
you
points a game.
gotta score a lot,
Yeah.
just to stay in the game. So, I mean, playing them, I would just say tell the defense stay at home and just put on offense. Had the offense play, because the guy's putting up like 40 points a game.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
And I'm
that's crazy.
like somebody putting up 35. 35 is a lot of. For those who don't know, it's hard. That's like 7 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's a lot to score in a game, week in and week out.
It is,
and he's
man.
consistently doing it, averaging 306 yards. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Number
That's
one
crazy.
defense, pretty much almost.
I mean, hey, he's just a solid guy. You know, he's gonna play. He's gonna give you his best game every time you go out and play him, man. So you know, just bring your A game whenever you step on the field with this guy, man. But you know what I mean? Besides that, man, the league is going good this year, man. We're in week 8. We got 9 more weeks left to the playoffs start, man. And we got some good football going on right now in the league.
Okay,
man.
guys, for y'all don't know, trade deadline is this week.
Is it this week?
It is this week.
Damn, I thought it was week 10.
I think it has it for week 9. You know what? Let me double check that. I thought it was this week because I seen it on the thing. But I do know points is this week too. So
Yeah. If you got points, you need to go ahead and
you need
spend them.
to use them now if you want to use them, or you will have to wait.
You will have to wait till the end of the season. I'm not doing them after week 8. So you will, when you come, please come correct, man. Please come correct. That
Double
shit
check
is a lot
them
of work.
numbers.
It's a lot of work, man.
Yeah.
But besides that, coach, man, you know, I look forward to some more good football this year.
Yeah, trash talking. You know how we do.
It's gonna be a toss up.
I will
both
say,
sides.
TG, keep the nuts out your receiver's mouth. You know,
man.
that's not a good look for your team. Oh, man, that's horrible,
Hey,
man.
you know what? I'm going to stay on that joker head, man, all year long. And all I got to say about that, and I'm closing this
Come
out,
on.
man,
What are you going to say?
fuck his process.
Oh, because he said trust. Fuck the process. There it is right there.
All right,
you heard
Joe.
it first.
Well, we appreciate y'all time, man. We look forward to week 8 and weeks after that, man. Good luck playing football. We out.